On today's show, Bosch gets nailed for its role in the VW scandal. We've got some of the weight loss secrets of the Dodge Demon, and why sales of electric cars will really take off in about 5 years. All that and more coming right up on Autoline Daily. This is Autoline Daily, the show that reports on all aspects of the automotive industry. Last September, a group of VW owners in the U.S. sued Bosch over its involvement in the diesel scandal. The lawsuit claimed the supplier company conspired with VW to develop software that could detect when diesel engines were being tested for emissions. And now the company has settled that suit. It will pay $327.5 million to VW, Audi, and Porsche owners with 2 and 3 liter diesels. As part of the settlement, Bosch didn't have to admit it did anything wrong, but Bloomberg reports that Bosch still faces potential criminal charges. And in related news, Volkswagen has reached a settlement regarding its 3 liter diesels. The company will pay an additional $1.2 billion to compensate around 78,000 owners. They get to choose whether they want a buyback or a fix for the engine. However, regulators still haven't approved a fix. And for those of you keeping track, VW has now paid over $23 billion in fines and settlements in North America. We figure it has lost around another $1 billion in lost sales when it had to stop selling diesel cars in the American market. In the past, Tesla bragged about how safe its cars are because they don't have a big lump of an engine and transmission to worry about in frontal crashes. But the Model S just failed to earn the top safety award from the IIHS because it did not ace the test for the small overlap crash. It also got a poor rating for its headlamps, but it did earn good ratings in 4 of the 5 other crash evaluations. You know, we've seen many vehicles struggle in this category, and Tesla says it's working on fixing it. The BMW i3 also failed to earn the top safety award. Surprisingly, the EV seats and headrests are only rated acceptable in protecting against whiplash. The i3 is the only small car for the 2017 model year that doesn't earn a good rating. We'll be back with more right after this.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, your journey, our passion. Dow Automotive Systems, advanced materials that deliver better results. Lear, a global leader in automotive seating and electrical systems. And by Yen Feng, experience in motion.
A couple of weeks ago, we showed you a teaser video of the upcoming Dodge Demon. It's a street car designed for the drag strip that is a heavily modified Hellcat Challenger. But it's 200 pounds lighter than a Hellcat, and we just learned how they got rid of that weight. The rear seats and rear seat belts were removed. That saved 55 pounds alone. The front passenger seat was also ejected. Amazingly, that saved 58 pounds. The sway bars are not only narrower, they're hollow, and the brakes are smaller. Most of the sound deadening is gone, and there's no radio, only speakers in the door, just in case you want to order an optional sound system or put one in yourself. This is shaping up to be one amazing car, and we'll be reporting on additional details as soon as we can. BMW recently showed off the new 5 Series sedan, and now we're getting our first look at the wagon version called the Touring. 4 total gasoline and diesel engines will be available, which can be mated to all-wheel drive. More variants will come out later this year. The 5 Series Touring is only available in Europe as of now and will go on sale in June. And Mercedes just announced it's coming out with an AMG version of the GLE. The GLE43 will replace the GLE400 early this year as the top performance model in the GLE lineup. Of course, it has all the latest safety and infotainment technology. That's not what people want to know about with an AMG model. Under the hood is a 362 horsepower turbocharged 3 liter V6, which is mated to a 9-speed automatic and all-wheel drive. No word on 0 to 60 time or price just yet. Coming up next, one expert says that we're fast approaching the tipping point where sales of electric cars will really take off.
For the people at Dow, racing is a sport and a science. We enjoy one and learn from the other. But like most competitive people, we like winning at both. This is the human element at work. Dow.
Whether it's on television, online, or through social media, Autoline knows how to effectively get your marketing message to the people you want to reach. Contact Stacy Eman today.
At CES last month, we shot an episode of Autoline This Week that will be airing in the weeks to come. One of the guests on that show is Peter Rawlinson, the Chief Technology Officer of Lucid Motors. That's the EV startup, which is coming out with a car that has over 1,000 horsepower. In the course of that interview, John asked him if we're going to reach a tipping point for sales of EVs, and what is going to drive that. Here's what he had to say.
And the catalyst for that tipping point is going to be the price of battery energy, the joules per dollar that you can buy, the kilowatt hours per dollar. And we're seeing a trend towards a dramatic reduction in that price. I mean, electric cars are eminently better than gasoline cars in so many ways. Tesla's shown that. Lucid's going to take that to a whole new level the world isn't expecting, because we've got these attributes which we're teasing out as a result of electrification. But the real influence is not going to be the volumetric or gravimetric energy density of cells. That's actually not progressing that much. It's going to be catalyzed by the affordability of cell energy, and that's going to have a profound effect, creating a tipping point within the next 5 years, I believe, and transform world mobility towards EVs.
By the way, Peter Rawlinson was also the chief engineer for the Tesla Model S. We did another interview with him on how he took a different approach on designing the Lucid Air compared to the Tesla S. Click on the link in today's transcript to learn all about it. And if you're on YouTube, we'll leave it in the description. And hey, you won't want to miss Autoline After Hours tomorrow. Our special guest is Mike Celentino, the chief engineer of the Lincoln Continental, and he'll be bringing one into the studio with him. So if you have any questions about that car, shoot them to viewermail@autoline.tv or just hit us up on Twitter. And then join John and Gary Vasilash for some of the best insider discussion in the automotive industry. That wraps up today's report. Thanks for watching. Please join us again tomorrow.